Good morning, everyone. This is Srikanth Rajan. Welcome to the Stock Market Podcast from MPIinvest.com, the only platform where you learn to invest and trade in the stock market, plan your financial goals, invest in different financial assets, and grow with a community of knowledgeable investors. If you are not a part of the community yet, visit our website MPIinvest.com to join the community free of cost. Coming to the stock market, in fact, yesterday the Nifty opened with a small gap down at 16,578, and immediately we could see some sell off happening. But then we did see a continuous rise, and the Nifty was kind of rising almost till 2:30 p.m. But things changed, and around 2:50 came a major selling, and the Nifty was down to a low of 16,521 and finally closing at 16,584. So it was a very volatile day, and the same thing was continued in the global markets. In fact, the FIS again have come back to sell, and they've sold for again 1003 crores, and DIAs continue to buy for 1845 crores. So the day before yesterday, whatever FIS bought for 502 crores could be even considered as a one-off buying. But then, if you looked at the US market yesterday, the US market also, as I told you in the evening podcast, the S&P 500 and Dow Jones were already down, but Nasdaq was kind of recovering back after the big fall. But then, after the end of the day, if you see, it was a very volatile day in the US market as well, and we could see all the three stock markets in US market down. Dow Jones was down by almost 0.67%, S&P 500 was down 0.63%, and Nasdaq was down 0.41%. In fact, I also told you about a meeting between the Jerome Powell, the Fed chair, and also Joe Biden, the president of US. So after the meeting, it has come out to a conclusion that the Federal is of course going to raise by almost interest rates by almost 0.5% every month from this month for next 2 months. And if things are not in control, there are also chances that the interest rate hike might be higher than 0.5% after August. So that's something that we need to look at. And of course, both of them have given a clear picture saying that they are very much concerned about the inflation, and they want to ensure that it is taken care of. So that's something that can be seen. And in fact, there are some economists already criticizing Mr. Jerome Powell, stating that it was actually too late to start increasing the rates, which is actually affecting the economy and increasing inflation in the country. So these are things which is actually a major concern. In fact, after Germany and Euro actually reported higher inflation data yesterday, we could see the European markets falling, and that's exactly when Indian markets also fell yesterday. So that remains a concern as of now. And also the crude oil prices has been going up and up. In fact, it has touched 122 a barrel, so which is also quite high compared to what our price has been going on. In fact, if you look at the markets right now, as I speak to you, the SGX Nifty is already indicating a gap down opening today. Yes, in fact, the US futures are also slightly kind of in green after the fall that they had, a small fall that they had yesterday. But if you look at the global markets, like Asian markets are kind of already trading slightly higher. If you see the market right now, the Nikkei, Tokyo is already up by 0.6%. Shanghai is slightly down, minus 0.15%. China is down 0.3%. Hong Kong is down 0.56%, but Korea is kind of flat. And if you look at SGX Nifty is right now at 16,501. In fact, it was much lower in the morning, but now it has kind of recovered. So it looks like after this small fall in the US yesterday, things are kind of recovering right now, as US futures are in the positive right now. So let's hope some recovery. However, tomorrow being the expiry and today being Wednesday, of course, we would see major volatility in the market today. So that's something that we can look out for. Apart from that, if you look at some stock specific news, automobile stocks would be in focus today, as today is 1st of June, and we could expect most of the OEMs coming up with their sales data for last month. Apart from that, if you look at Bata is actually selling a 2.8% stake through a block deal today. The price is fixed at 1,750 per share. Let's see how things go. Apart from that, there are some good news coming in from Indigo, as the CEO, Mr. Rano Datta, has actually come out and said that the demand of air travel has actually increased and is stronger than pre-COVID levels. So that is actually confidence inspiring. And along with that, Indigo is also in talks with 3 to 4 global carriers for operational alliances. And this could actually have the total 12 partnerships in the next 2 3 years, which is something really good for Indigo. And of course, we are all invested in Indigo, so I'm sure this could be a great news. Quest Corp is also coming out with the news that they are declaring an interim dividend of almost 4 rupees per share, and the record date has been kept at June 10th. So if any of you are holding Quest Corp, of course we are not. We had exited with some profit earlier. Am I going to enter now? It's a question. Of course, it's not yet confirmed. Let's see how things shape up. Apart from that, Campus Activewear came up with the results. The results are something really good. In fact, there has been a threefold increase in net profit. So I had spoken about the profitability of the company when the IPO of Campus Activewear was also up. Yes, it's a profitable company, but only thing is we are looking for a good entry into the stock. I will of course share it with you when we get into it. Apart from that, eMudra, yet another interesting stock, is actually getting listed today. So let's see how the listing gets happen. In fact, it was subscribed 2.72 times. So there is quite a demand, and eMudra is also a good company. Valuations are good. But of course, with the kind of markets which is choppy right now, let us see how it gets listed. So with that, as of now, let us see 16,500 would be a support that we can see, and the next major support would be at 16,400. So unless 16,400 is broken, we could still think that Nifty is still not very bearish. But if 16,400 is broken, we could see further slide down to 16,000 levels. So that's something which we will be keenly watching out. On the highest side, 16,700 continues to be a major resistance. So let's see if Nifty can break 16,700, which of course is not looking possible in the next 2 days, that is today and tomorrow, as tomorrow is the expiry. So let's see how market shapes up. We are not here to predict where the market goes, but we are here to make money wherever the market goes, and that's exactly what we are doing. And I'm sure all members at Gold and Gold Plus are sitting with some amazing profits out there. So we will discuss more about it in the evening. I hope all of you make a great profit in the day today, and wish you a profitable day ahead. Goodbye. This is Srikanth Rajan signing off. But before that, do press the like button if you love the content that we share, and share this with your friends to help them learn and invest together with us. Goodbye.